What's going on, everybody? My name is Mr. Leong and welcome back to my channel called Business Basics, and this is another video in the playlist called the Startup Starter Kit, a series of videos designed to teach you a little bit about the business basics and fundamentals that you need to know in order to run a business. First of all, happy Halloween, everybody. It's October 31st. Make sure that you are being safe this Halloween weekend. And this is a video designed for business ethics, and we're going to learn about ethical decision making, frameworks, and why ethics is important. It's a growing area of business, and it's important that businesses are honest, transparent, and they think about the implications of their actions. And in the previous video, I talked about corporate social responsibility. So this is going to tie into today's video. So let's get started with learning about business ethics. Now, if you haven't done so already, make sure that you consider subscribing to my channel, and you can hit the bell notification so that you're notified every time I upload a new video to YouTube. We're doing great on this channel. I've just surpassed 400 subscribers, and I'm well on my way to 500 and my goal of 1,000 subscribers. So make sure that you share this channel with others that may be interested in business. So business ethics. Personally, every individual, every human encounters ethical dilemmas and situations. And the same applies to businesses. We want to avoid price discrimination. We want to ensure that we're operating honestly, fairly, and we're not misleading our consumers. So with the rise of, socially conscious consumers that are concerned about people and the planet, like, CSR principles, this all happens in the 1960s and 70s, and with the rise of these social consumers, they're concerned about businesses and how they operate and to ensure that they're operating fairly and very ethically. So this is an area of business that has grown a lot in the last 50 or 60 years. There's plenty of unethical situations I can talk about, but the idea here is that consumers want to be able to trust the businesses that they shop and do business with. And in the bottom line, being ethical and supporting good decision making within the business and the employees is essential. Now, here's a company called Wells Fargo, and they're a big bank in the US, and their share price tanked because they were operating very unethically. So let me paint the picture a little bit. So you're under a lot of pressure. Every quarter, there's quarterly reports, and you have to maintain these standards, these numbers. You have to open certain amount of bank accounts, new customers. So when you're placed in this situation and there's the means and the motive to, what would you do to inflate the numbers? Would you inflate the numbers at all? So in this case, after the LA Times article, the bank made nominal efforts to reform the sales culture after they were caught. But despite these actions, they were fined several millions of dollars because they created several unauthorized deposit accounts, credit card accounts, because they had to meet so many quotas. And this is an example of an ethical situation. And also you're breaking the rules. But if you were a manager and you knew you had to meet quotas and you didn't meet the quotas, would you succumb to the pressure and actually create these fake accounts? So the later estimates released in the May 2017, there were about so many accounts, like 3.5 million fraudulent accounts, like accounts that did not exist. And the reason this happened because there was a culture that thrived on sales, but not necessarily sales, but creating as many of these accounts as possible. So maybe a customer, they would open up accounts in their name, like credit cards, so many other accounts. And this is a very unethical situation because even though you're meeting these quotas, the customer now has to pay these random fees and they have all these accounts that they don't need. So let's see what happened to their share price. So you have a few other banks in comparison, but look at Wells Fargo. Their stock price just tanked because investors don't want to do business or invest in companies that are fraudulent or have unethical business practices. So this is a growing area of business, but as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, as a business leader, you need to think about some of your actions and if you're placed in these ethical situations or dilemmas, how do you have a framework to make good decisions? So let's have a conversation about business ethics and why it's so important. So just to get us started off, ethics are the rules that help us to tell the difference between right and wrong, and they encourage us to do the right thing. Business ethics, like personal ethics, involves trust, responsibility, good behaviors, relationships, choices, and good principles. So personal ethics are like business ethics. So we're taught at a young age, no cheating, no lying or stealing. So why do it as an entrepreneur? It's important to be a corporate citizen and a socially conscious one as well. And business ethics has a lot of advantages. So by being ethical, you can use this for a variety of purposes, not just solely on making good decisions, but there's a lot of positive externalities. So why is ethics important in business? Ethical behavior sets the tone for a business. Employees with high business ethics are more likely to perform better, they make better business decisions, and it sets the tone. And when you create a positive work environment that's honest, transparent, and you focus on positive communications, this is going to ensure that employees don't conduct any negative actions or unethical actions as well. So ethics is important for setting the tone for how the employees should conduct their day-to-day activities. It's also good for branding and good for the business reputation. Businesses don't want to do business with other businesses that are unethical. Consumers don't want to shop or do business with unethical businesses. So it's really important from also a branding and marketing standpoint that you have a very positive, honest, and transparent business. And you can also think about this through the policies as well. Having open and honest policies about refunds and returns is going to help promote a positive image for the company. It's also important to note that ethics varies between industries, and lawyers, doctors, and accountants are going to have their code of ethics, but this is going to be a little bit different from other businesses. But the idea here is that ethics matters in business, and it's important to create that positive work environment that's open, honest, and transparent. So here are some things to watch out for. You have to consider something such as advertising, the effects of misleading product information, death at the workplace from employees or managers, wages and working conditions, proper financial reporting in terms of the assets, liabilities, and equities, open and transparent refunds and return policies, and also coercion and pressure in the workplace environment. It's important that as an entrepreneur and CEO and business leader, you want to create a positive culture at the workplace by establishing policies and procedures to prevent these actions from happening. So here is an ethical framework that's going to help you to make good business decisions and for your employees as well. So who's going to be helped if you do it? Who's going to be hurt or negatively impacted? What are some of the benefits, and what are some of the issues or problems that arise? Ethics applies to both employees and management. So as a CEO, if you create a culture, if you create positive policies and procedures to create a positive work environment, this is going to help employees make good business decisions and to avoid negative ethical dilemmas and situations. So in short, business ethics matters, and it's important to take a look at your business and ensure that you have the policies and procedures to promote good decision making. Ethics improves your business reputation. People want to do business with ethical businesses, the businesses that make good decisions. And you can also limit any legal risk by establishing the proper policies and procedures. Other companies, other businesses, communities, investors, they want to do business and they want to see ethical businesses grow. And they also help to retain good talent and employees. So it makes sense for the bottom line. Hopefully I was able to explain what business ethics is and why it's so important. Thanks for tuning into this video, and don't forget to show a like and leave a comment down below. If you want to just say hi, that's okay too. And I will see you later. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.